There's a game that's been in development for almost 10 years, a game that has been built around hype and anticipation, and a game that everybody can say they have been excited about. And today, I'm talking about that game. That's right. Today, we're talking about Hytale, one of the most anticipated games over the last 10 years that you probably, like myself, didn't know anything about. In fact, the top comment on the original trailer of Hytale, which came out all the way back in 2018, by the way, that's pre mask wearing days. The top comment on that video is, "This trailer is so old that all the friends I planned on playing this with have since forgotten about me." And that's a statement so relatable on so many levels. And I have been playing Hytale for just about a week now. And let me tell you something, I've been so inspired and encouraged by the story, the design, and everything surrounding this game that I wanted to make a video just about that. So let's talk about Hytale and how it started to where it is now and what it has going forward. From the start, on the outside looking in, there's no doubt about that. When you look at this game, you think immediately one game comes to mind, and that's Call of Duty. I mean, that's Minecraft. Obviously, because they both share the same consistency of the visuals of it being sort of blocky. It kind of looks like a close to Roblox type looking game, but no doubtably the game this will be compared to the most from everyone on the outside looking in will be Minecraft. And from all the research I can tell, this is sort of the history of how the game became from where it was 8 years ago to where it is now in early access, where you can pay for it and play for it right now. The game was originally created with the idea of being a Minecraft mod, but it took over a world of its own while the developers were working on it, that it finally turned into a game of itself. So the game Hytale was being produced by a game studio called Hypixel Studios, all the way back in 2018, like we mentioned. Now, Riot Games, the small indie developers who created such evenly balanced games like League of Trash and Valorant, CS:GO 2, the mix remix, backward step, arrows going everywhere, Overwatch clone, they bought the IP for Hytale. Back in 2020, Riot Games purchased the rights for Hytale, and they owned the game all the way up until the middle of 2025. Unfortunately, in that time, there was not much done to the game on a positive light. The game was flagged with tons of development errors, delays, and just the overall sort of vibe you get from a game where it looks like it's never going to actually come out. But Riot Games did something that you don't see major studios do often, and after this, we definitely will never see it again, is that they allowed the original developer of Hytale to purchase the IP back from Riot. And boy, oh boy, they will be kicking themselves for many, many years in the future about the fact that they sold that, regardless of how much they sold it for. But after canceling the game in June of 2025, in November, the original founders reacquired the Hytale IP, and just a couple of weeks ago, they released their early access. So you're probably wondering to yourself, what is Hytale? Is it just a modded Minecraft? Is it a cross between Minecraft and Roblox? Is it something that it's going to come and go and be gone in a couple of weeks? Well, allow me my absolute best to try to summarize it in one small sentence for you. I am never someone who has ever been interested in playing Minecraft. I was never about the hype when the game came out. I never played it when I was younger. It just never seemed like something I was interested in because I never really bought into the sandbox, do whatever you want type of mentality. And early on in Minecraft's days, when I was probably around the age of the demographic on what it was supposed to be, that's the only thing it was marketed as, was just a exploration, build your walls, build a castle and fight. It wasn't something I was about at that time. However, Hytale takes that and completely expands that along with so many other features. Hytale is definitely a game that will forever be compared to Minecraft, regardless of what the gameplay is. And I think one of the most important things that as new players and new people are going to realize when they play this game is that the similarities of Hytale and Minecraft really just stop at the visuals, much like how it's going to be compared to Roblox in the future, is that it really just stops at the visuals. It looks like it, but outside of that, they are not very comparable. Sound interesting? Well, it keeps on getting better because unlike Minecraft, there is a much more focus on combat in this game. And in my opinion, I think there's a much more focus on exploration. And I think there's a much more rewarding feeling of exploration in Hytale than there is in Minecraft. Now, there are going to be a lot of people who look at this game and it will forever get compared to Minecraft. And I think that's just not accurate. And I think once you actually get your hands on this game, you'll start to see that the similarities really do just end with the visuals. Now, the possibilities in Hytale are never ending. They are endless. You can do anything and everything you've imagined. And it really truly is, the world is your oyster. And there's just a lot of elements of the game that you can do. For example, on my second day playing, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. I wasn't even really sure if I wanted to play Hytale, but I got on fun, and I decided to just sort of walk around for a while I was thinking of what to do. And then I stumbled across a base of these skeleton folks who are kind of taking over this little castle area, and I wanted to go explore it, and I wanted to take it over and see what there was for loot in that area. So, from just logging on, my experience of Hytale then turned into I built a little house right outside of the castle where I could set up and get ready to fight them. And then I went and I mined for materials to build armor, to build weapons, to then gather my forces to get ready to go fight. And then I slept and I waited for the sun to go down so then I could wake up early in the morning and I could go take my revenge on the skeletons. And I mean, I died eventually because the AI, it is not easy to survive in the world of Hytale, but it was the point that from not knowing what to do, from not having any idea of what to do, I was able to kind of just log in and play. And that's the beauty of this game is it's like that every single time you log on. And sure, there are other games that are like that, and Minecraft might be able to replicate some of that. But the difference between this and the experience you'll have on Minecraft is that this was an experience I was able to do right then, right there as a new player. And I don't think that is what Minecraft really offers. There's so much stuff you have to do in Minecraft in order to progress to the next level that this game, because it's not built like a Minecraft 2.0, it's its own identity and its own thing. I really, really enjoyed. And I actually think that a better comparison to Hytale would be a game like DayZ or a game like Rust. Now, Rust without the PvP aspect of it yet, although you definitely believe there will be PvP at some point in this game. But those PvE exploration sort of live in the world rather than try to achieve something is what I think this game really does special. And I think that's where the magic is that once you log into the game, you don't want to leave the world and you don't have to. There's not really a task that's going to force you to have to try really hard to do something. There's times where I'm exploring and I fight creatures that beat me up right away and they force me to have to respawn. I just don't go that way till later. And there's opportunities when I'm in a cave and I find materials that I want, or I find new materials that I want. And then I try building new things and I try doing other things. And the UI in this game is very smooth. Everything about this game could really be described as just smooth. I haven't ran into bugs. I haven't ran into crashes. I haven't ran into glitches. Everything about the game has ran completely smooth from start up until now. So who would I recommend this game for? Would I recommend it to the person who has thousands of hours in Minecraft or Roblox? Not really, because I think if you have your established sort of survivor block game, then you won't come to this game with a impartial idea. You'll come into this game thinking it's Minecraft. It won't be Minecraft or Roblox, and you'll get disappointed and you'll stop playing. But if you're someone like me who has thousands of hours in games like DayZ and like Rust and like Green Hell, sort of, Sons of the Forest, those types of games, then I think this game is going to be right up your alley. And if you're worried about the visuals, I'm here to tell you that as someone who I have never liked the visuals of blocks, you really sort of forget it right away once you get into the game. And lastly, what do I want to see from Hytale moving forward? Well, they've already publicly stated that they're trying to get enough funding to fund this game for over the next 10 years. But I'm here to tell you, I don't think this game is going to have a problem with funding for the next 20 years. I think this game is going to be incredible. It's going to be successful. When you look at what the modding community is already doing to this game, I mean, it's amazing what this game will be. My only fear is that it will turn into a Fortnite, Roblox sort of where it really just becomes the game launcher for another game rather than the actual game itself. And so that's my only fear with it. I really would like it to stay true to itself with added mods inside the realm of the game itself. But without time, we are going to see thousands of mods that will revolutionize this style of gaming. But that is it, everybody. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys are having fun with Hytale, at least as much as I am. And I will see you all later.